Hey everyone, welcome back to the North American Challenger Series. The players for tonight's second matchup are readying up in the pregame lobby. So as we wait for Champion Select, here's a recap from last night's bout between Winterfox and Cloud9 Tempest. Winterfox off to a very slow start in the split, 0-4 heading into this one against a 2-2 C9T.
Yeah, and they brought back Shorter Ace from Moon, who we saw last week, coming back into the jungle here. Avalon, this game, actually has a really good game on that top lane Fizz. And when we look over at Cloud9 Tempest composition, it's Yasui and Lod focused. Again, they like to fall back on these guys, and it works out for them this time.
Yep, 2 carries and a bunch of tanks. Let's see ourselves getting into the game and see just how it unfolds. And it starts out with an interesting lane swap situation where Pinoy and Lopali try to kill the turret.
Whoa.
The turret gets angry.
The gank! The gank! Turret! Oh my god! One. Oh, is he gonna get it? Oh!
Yep. The turret revenge kill was
the turret came out of nowhere, man!
But here we go, Winterfox looking to secure, but no, it's going to be the steal from Hard. Again, more Dragon steals, a lot of burst comes through, which does mean Hard goes down. Avalon gets first blood, but can't get himself out, and it's a 1-for-1 overall with the Dragon steal for C9T.
But Winterfox trying to exploit C9T here. The flash forward, Lod has to flash back, and then they all jump in, and Avalon just finds Yasui on the back line by himself, kills him, and then kills Hard right after. Winterfox ends up getting a gold lead here over C9T.
Yeah, Winterfox really starting to do a whole lot better now in their early to mid-game. Avalon being pretty big. They even get a Baron off of that one. Now we fast forward to Baron number 2. This is farther in the future. Still a bit of a lead for Winterfox, but this time Yasui gets some real peel. Shark comes in, tries to get away, gets a shield. Peel from Hard with the ulti. Peel with the body slam, and out he goes.
Ultimately, looks like a 1-for-1 that's going through here for Winterfox and C9T, but still 4K gold advantage. Hard. Oh!
Still can't get him. Lantern away, and you're seeing the fights get closer and closer. Now 4,000 gold game, now 3,000 gold game, and this is the fight that breaks the camel's back. Lod is safe. Sheep flashes to shield and then goes for the peel again.
Catch onto Lod there, and you can see Yasui's off on the side, just comes in, starts pelting out damage across everybody, picks up Shorter Ace there, who still doesn't have that many items in the tank. He's still rather squishy, 0-4 for this match so far.
Yeah, the backline damage just doesn't happen. They can't really reach Lod or Yasui. The Fizz and a Ziggs follow-up just isn't going to happen. And Avalon trying to make the big play, just gets caught out, gets queued, gets anchored. Goodbye. C9T finally clawing their way back in. They get Baron, they get a gold lead. Archsecond gets zapped, and goodbye. Yeah.
80% HP just gone like that, and that is the signal to go for C9T. Immediately, they don't care who they get on, they just want anybody, and they pick up Shorter Ace here.
It's a 5v4 with a Ziggs dead. He had summoners, didn't use them to get away, didn't see the damage coming. 51 minutes for this team fight, but a 5v4 is a 5v4. Do what you want, Avalon. Even if you're 4-3 on this Fizz, it's not going to be good for you. And slowly and surely, C9T get the pickups. Shorter Ace goes down, Avalon getting chased away, and just gives them all the time in the world to knock this game down. It's a 2-minute game. Down it goes.
He's 100 CS up, too, in that top lane. Avalon just has a great performance in that game. 4-4-1, 100 CS up over his lane opponent solo, but he's still not able to carry the game. And Pinoy ends the game 3-1-5. His only death was to that turret execute, and then Yasui was a huge part of Cloud9 Tempest there. Majority damage, most damage in that game, and just amazing all-arounder as you play. Even from behind, he was staying safe with people diving him like the Fizz.
Yeah, and you saw really good adaptations. Hard with the dedicated peel from Gragas, I think, was definitely very valuable there, and it was a pretty important thing for the team. They kept their backline alive against a very scary Fizz Ziggs sort of dive combo, and that Ziggs can help deal the damage. So as we look into this game, we're going to be looking out specifically for the AD carry from Cloud9 Tempest. Lod, he had a very good game on Jinx as well. 5-1-5, gives good interviews, plays AD carries really well. Honestly, just one of the best players in Challenger right now.
Yeah, especially the interview part.
Yeah, seriously, this guy's a pleasure to talk to. But yeah, I mean, this is a player who is just very, very, very consistent, puts up really good score lines. Even in C9T's losses, he looked okay despite the fact that they were losing to Renegades.
He's reliable. He's a very reliable AD carry. I wouldn't mind building a composition around him, and it seems like C9T sometimes don't mind that either. They're okay with putting some weight on Yasui, some weight on Lod, and they usually share that burden with Hard and Solo playing tanky roles in Sheep as well. So they have shot callers in a lot of their tanks too.
Yeah, and the thing is Solo has played one game that wasn't on Maokai or Shen. He played a single Rumble game in their matchup against Renegades that didn't go very well. Otherwise, he's been playing all tanks. Rek'Sai, Gragas, Evelynn, standard tank junglers as well from hard. We're not seeing him go for the Nidalee. We're not seeing him go for the carry style. It's really just about those two big carries. And I want to see if C9T ever adapts that style. Two carry styles was kind of all the rage earlier this year. It's like the big TSM style. It was the big CLG style last year as well. There's a lot of good North American teams that played that way, but we see teams like Team Liquid or Dignitas who are happy to carry from the top lane, and it works really well. Gravity does that as well. And there's plenty of examples of big carry top laners. I think it's good to have it in the playbook at the very least, even if it's not every single game.
We saw a mixture of it too. When people went to MSI,
yeah,
people were playing Gnar like a carry, people were playing a lot of top lane Hecarim as a carry, and then we saw things like Maokai come back into the mix that became extremely popular. So I like just watching the top lane meta kind of evolve. And when I talk to Solo, he draws a lot of inspiration from Marin over on SKT, so he kind of likes to follow his champion pool. So if Marin performs well on Fizz, it's like, okay, I'll probably play Fizz today. Marin performs well on Hecarim, it's like, okay, maybe I want to play Hecarim today. He's basically trying to just mimic everything he does and find the success that he is.
I mean, if you're going to mimic any one team, I feel like SKT is one of the best teams to mimic, so I'm going to say that's a fine way to go about this one. We'll see what happens in Champs League for this one, though. Keep in mind, Avalon had a great Fizz game himself, and so far that hasn't been banned away. We saw it force banned in our Game 2 of the Imagine series, where they had to get away from Chunky Fresh. Avalon finally finding success. I mean, keep in mind, he had 1 kill total in Challenger up until that game where he got 4 more. This was finally something successful for Avalon. It's either we're seeing the teams just start to get better as a unit, or we're seeing just the players improve dramatically week to week. But C9T, all 3 bans down. Avalon may be allowed to play that champion. Meanwhile, 3 bans at Arc Second. All the poke is gone. Well, some of the poke is gone.
Yeah, Arc Second just pretty much plays everything poke.
Yep. There's still like Varus and Jace and Kog'Maw.
He still has Azir, still has Varus, still has Kog'Maw, Azir, those types of champions. Jace, like you said. So I want to see who he ends up picking here. Sivir taken off the table. And Lot doesn't go for Jinx here. He goes for Kalista because of the Sivir ban.
Yeah, I think it's a big deal here. Honestly, also, we haven't even seen Kalista bans against C9T just yet, but Lot, of course, a very good player. Kalista, widely considered the best AD carry in the game right here, and not that you'd pick Sivir into Kalista anyway, but Sivir is off the table, not something that Winterfox would have wanted to play regardless, but certainly won't be allowed to after that ban. Sivir ban may be just useless after all.
Yeah. Cloud9 Tempest were running a lot of Sivir compositions in the Challenger Series.
Yeah.
Outside tournaments, he got his hands on it one time, 5-1-11 on that Sivir game, but when you give Sivir to Cloud9 Tempest, it just completely changes the landscape of what they're going to play, and they're just going to play Trample all over you. And it's worked so far for them.
Well, this is interesting. C9T, maybe they can't play Trample, but Winterfox actually hopping off what made them successful before. So even though Hard is only playing tank junglers, they grabbed the early Nidalee pickup anyway for shorter race. And even though Fizz was so good, they grabbed the Shen regardless. So Winterfox having their own ideas of what they think is best. Of course, they're trying to take the Shen away from Solo, who's been so good at those top lane tanks. Shorter race maybe set up to carry here as one of the big damage sources of the team.
Yeah, he also has heal too, so if they go for a poke composition on C9T side, you negate a little bit of that strategy and bolster your own poke composition. So with 3 bans at Arc Second, there's still, like you said, a lot of poke champions on the table, so I assume they're going to go with one of them later on because of this pick.
Well, meanwhile, Cloud9 Tempest going full team fight here, though. Thresh pretty standard pickup for themselves, but also Yasui on the Azir, a very successful sort of mid-range mage. And the carry threat is going to be massive. Now, Shen can also go for the big plays, but Shen can be killed by an Azir as well. Kalista has enough damage output on top of an Azir that it should be fine. And it's always going to be scary. Winterfox going to go for the Corki themselves, and maybe this Morgana here. And this screams poke. Black Shield disengage, Dark Binding poke, Rockets and Javelins poke, and I think we're going to see that Varus with that Jace.
Yeah, Shen just seems to go into most poke compositions. If they even get to your backline, you have a Shen ultimate after you've gone into their backline. So it's a big shield, a lot of protection, a lot of disengage, not so much disengage, peel, I'll put it that way.
Yeah, peel.
Yeah, peel, really good peel there. Able to just keep them safe. And Corki as well, another great poke champion, just synergized with all of this. It is very magic damage heavy though, between the Nidalee and the Corki. So if that's why
I say AD mids. You know, I don't think the Kog'Maw would make a lot of sense here. So we'll see if that goes that way. Either way, Cloud9 Tempest to me, right? You're already screaming poke comp. I want to see them go for the hard engage. They've already picked their mid lane pick. If Solo plays top Jarvan, I think it would work here. Sion, I don't think Maokai gets in without a Sivir. Maokai's not reaching that back line, and he's telegraphed, meaning Black Shield works against it. I really want to see. You know, like something that doesn't get black shielded hard engaged. Like something like at least a Sign would reach, but like a Jarvan, like a Cataclysm would get you in there and keep them in the same place. Not going to be the case though. Top lane, Fizz going to come through for a solo, so we are going to see a top lane carry threat. Fizz into Shen, thinks it'll go well for him. Meanwhile, an easy Rek'Sai pick for Hard. And we'll have to see if they can get in.
Marin played a good Fizz game, so I
there you
guess
go.
Solo's going to play a good Fizz game. He's going to play a Fizz game. We don't know if it's good just yet. We'll see.
All right, well, the full comp is here for Cloud9 Tempest. It does. The thing is, I don't like Fizz here because there's no one that can help him kill people. Like, he can be disruptive, and that might be enough to break the battle lines and allow Azir to, like, do follow-up damage, but there's no direct Fizz synergy at all in this composition. I'm not that big of a fan. We'll have to see how it pans out, though. C9T, if they get ahead, it's going to be fine. Yeah,
if they get ahead, they'll be able to break through the poke pattern, but if they get behind, they're just going to be completely oppressed by this composition that Winterfox is drafting for themselves.
Even their wave clear sucks.
Their wave clear is pretty...
Azir.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And Azir doesn't even have a frontliner to help him, so Winterfox, if they can reach him with the Shen, it's going to be a problem.
Yep.
It's going to be a big problem.
All right, well, more disengaged tools. And actually, in retrospect, I actually like the Jace a lot more than the Varus. Even though Varus does poke a lot more, Jace has the acceleration gate to get his team out. All C9T can do is run at you. There's no hard engage, there's no Sejuani, there's no Sivir, there's not even an Annie to start the fight out. So C9T picked all their good engage roles first and didn't pick engage champions, and that's going to make it a bit harder. Now, let's actually... Now I understand why Winterfox went for the Sivir ban and the Alistar ban, right? Obviously, they're good champions, but they're specifically good against poke champions. So healing support and engage AD carry. Winterfox now hoping to disengage as much as they can, play full poke, and it's something that they're good at. It's something that Arc2nd is very good at, and maybe they can make that style work.
Yeah, and if you look at those picks and bans over again, just the bans themselves, they banned away some hard engage champs, but that's because they were seeing all these poke bans come through. They're getting the Xerath, the Ziggs, and the Ezreal off the field. You're immediately thinking, they want to run a team fight composition, or they want to run a poke comp themselves. So you start taking the hard engage off of it just to make sure, and then they draft themselves a team, and you're like, okay, they didn't get hard engaged. They didn't go for this composition because they didn't get Sivir, but we're still going to go with poke because we have more options, even though a lot is banned out.
And essentially the C9T thought is they thought they banned enough good poke that there was no poke comps left that are worth being afraid for. We'll see that actually happens here in this one, because as the teams load onto the Rift, exercise your right to tweet. Let us know who you think is going to win this match by tweeting hashtag C9TWin or hashtag WFXWin to @LOL eSports, and we'll check the vote in just a couple of minutes. And I got to say, although I imagine the vote will be pretty one-sided since Winterfox are winless and C9T are honestly doing pretty well so far in Challenger, we're seeing the games get a whole lot closer. Yes. Like, we're seeing so many less blowouts. Winterfox actually had a good game for themselves. They brought C9T to 52 minutes. They had a gold lead in the first Baron halfway through the game. We even saw Imagine have a very strong couple of games against Imagine where the first 15 minutes on average was a win for them.
Yep.
And the question is, can these teams actually close out the back half of it? Because right now, the comebacks keep happening for the favorites.
Yeah, it was about 5,000, 4,000 gold lead at one point in favor of Winterfox over C9T. And like you said, 52.5 minutes. The only team in the top half between RNG, C9T, and Coast that hasn't had a game at all where they've looked like they've slipped a little bit is Coast so far.
Yeah.
RNG and C9T both had some big challenges this week for themselves. Ooh, that was smooth. One hit, just
it's supposed to be fairly easy, I suppose, right? Press W immediately, hit it, press W again on the 1 second cooldown for the second soldier, and he kills it. So 10 free gold, although Pinoy got a ward kill as well. We missed it, but Pinoy did the exact same thing. I'm sure Low Pally helped him.
Or was it a Sentinel kill?
Oh, it could have been a Sentinel. Either way, it's still 10 gold.
It's true. Yeah, it's most likely a Sentinel.
Whatever, don't correct me with your logic. That's has no place here.
Okay.
Defensive Sentinel usage.
I like potato helicopter marmalade.
That's good to know.
Sorry, I went with something illogical.
I would totally eat. Like, if you make a helicopter out of potatoes and drink marmalade in it, I would eat that.
Telephone pole spirit wire.
That's actually still okay, because telephone poles have wires in them that bring essentially spirits, if you count electrons as that.
Oh, man.
They're like a little bit ethereal.
Yeah.
I'm still turning around what you're saying. This is cute, though. So Winterfox, unsure whether it's going to be lane swap or not, are going to try to build a freeze. And with... oh, no, just kidding. They're actually going to go for the invade on the Krugs. They will get the small one easily, though. Every team should always get the small one first. They get it. They back out. Usually nothing lost here. Pinoy doesn't even land the harass. Sheep turns around in time. Binding not too bad either. So small Krug taken, all is well. Winterfox are going to duo jungle a little bit. Avalon got solo Gromp XP, interestingly. And Shorter Ace do what he can to limp through the jungle.
Smite it. Give your top laner all the experience. Nidalee can do this. She has a fairly easy clear. She can get Scuttle Crab by fairly early, then giving out the experience afterwards.
That was interesting. So Low probably tried to go for the big play to like go through the brush and zone out C9T, and they said, screw that, we're just going to kill your AD carry. Actually, honestly, I would say better played by C9T, pushing the Corki around, and Pinoy already down, lost his potion, down at half health as well. The bindings don't even matter. C9T definitely winning this lane already.
Yeah, after getting the small Krug, you give yourselves that experience advantage, and they both got to lane at the same time. Nobody shoved it, and then they ended up exerting their dominance. They got the lane pressure. Pinoy already using his potion, so Lod, tiny advantages that are adding up.
We're going to watch now as Shorter Ace continues to go through his jungle pretty safely. Arc Second is fine against UCW, doing good damage as well. The top lane matchup also equal, so it's basically just the AD carry support matchup slightly winning for C9T. We'll see if it manifests into a minion lead or not. You can always try to sustain back up. Maybe that will happen, but close game otherwise. Avalon and Solo just trading farm. Junglers right now, we have Rek'Sai up at the bot lane. Nidalee still is hard farming. Looks like an easy red buff for Shorter Ace, and
looks like he's going top. Oh, juked him. Where's he going?
What are you trying to do?
Where you going, Shorter?
Okay, he's just farming. Right. I think he wanted to make sure there's no like aggressive pink ward in that brush. Sometimes people will like recall off their second cam or something, put a pink ward down and hope to be cute, but not gonna happen here.
Well, Hard might go for it right now. He has a pink ward in his inventory. He's heading towards that area.
Tried a little bit early. Maybe I'll try again later. All right, Shorter Ace going to recall. Easily going to be able to get the upgraded smite that he needs and probably some potions of his own, some wards of his own, double green wards for him with Trailblazer. So in the rune, or the Runeglaive world of Nidalee, we've seen Chilling Smite from Rush, and we still see some players happy to go for the Blasting Smite to keep their health bar up even higher. I actually really like the idea of Chilling Smite Nidalee. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Just that extra damage burst is really nice as well. Slowing people for that next spear.
It looks like Winterfox managed to get back where they needed to be in this bot lane. They lost the potion, but
there's the pink ward.
All right, there's the aggressive pink ward.
See what happens with it. Looks like they're wrapping around Arc Second right now.
Looking for the play into Arc Second. There's a jump over the wall. Arc Second's got to run. He's going to get flashed. Knockout's going to flash away himself, run through the gate, but a lot of damage comes through from Solo. Knocked back, and the soldier comes through. Yasui gets first blood. Great play, C9T.
3 people show up mid to kill Arc Second. They get his flash. They get so much out of him. You have to imagine that that was going to happen. They had the ward off on the left side, and Solo had just left top lane.
Yeah, that should have been a call, honestly, from Avalon. Oh, that's the problem of having non-native language speakers on your lineup there. Just sometimes the communication barrier. The communication barrier, if that was the problem after all.
I think we just experienced one right there.
Yeah, I am not great at English today. I apologize, everyone. Hard to farm as best he can and get that gold income going through. Despite that first blood, the Winterfox are basically tied in gold. Shorter Ace is farming so much more than the opposing jungler that he's up 100. The top lane, pretty much just gold ends up equalizing because despite that kill, the farm keeps the money basically the same.
Shorter Ace having effective uptime, getting a lot of the scuttle crabs for himself early on. And that's what does it. It's about an 80 gold swing when you do that. Hit.
Ooh, close one. If that javelin hit, Yasui might have died, but sidestep just enough. Arc Second gets some poke, but not much else. And again, dodging away from the javelins.
Those nerfs to the width of the javelin. Finally showing itself. Rearing its head. It happened. It actually happened.
The nerf mattered.
Woo!
Yay! All right, well, we sit on a tied game, regardless of what the kill score would show you. Winterfox fans so far can feel secure. Solo did go for the Doran's Blade, interestingly enough. Not one that I see all that often in Fizz matchups, but Avalon not harassing too terribly much on this level 6 Shen. But with Standing Netted up, it means many less plays can be made by C9T. Standing Netted can always turn those things around, and the Shark would not stun him in time to stop the channel, I believe. So Solo could not stop Avalon from showing up in any possible way, but Avalon does have taunt for that purpose himself. Nice little ping there by the red team, putting out that Hard is near this side of the jungle. Some aggressive wards by Shorter Ace. Managed to track him on his movements.
Oh, man. If you stand united with a fish on you, though, you just deliver the fish to whoever you were on.
Yeah. You pay a little bit more for the delivery. It's fine. Shorter Ace, understanding that that gank could have happened, gets tracked by the Tremor Sense. And now Hard knows to really not try this. He jumps back over the wall, and out he goes. He knows to be afraid of the Nidalee, and rightly so. And the thing is, Shorter Ace got tracked. So, like, Shorter Ace does not realize that he got spotted, but he got spotted. This gank shouldn't work. Unless he really anticipates, you know, Hard was probably nearby and burrowed. He might have seen me. But that's a lot of jumps to go through to think of that.
Right now, you're also going to know that Hard is on the top side of the jungle because you saw Yasui move to his blue buff. You don't move to the blue buff just to go kill it by yourself.
I mean, wards see him go there as well,
yeah.
So they know blue buff timer. They know that there's no counter gank right now, but everyone recalls away. So 61 CS on this Shen. He's going to go ahead and buy something. Bomby Cinder. Okay, going for the fast Sunfire Keep. Even though he's facing Fizz, I guess it is AD Fizz, but it's still hybrid damage. But Avalon, his goal is to push the wave as much as possible to try to keep Solo under his turret, and that will, again, give him the recall edge. Avalon should pretty much never miss CS because of this.
Yeah, you pretty much need the Bomby Cinder at least. Gives you the wave clear, adds more damage to your key strike.
Ooh, interesting. Shorter Ace actually just grabbed his own blue buff. He didn't give that one over to ArcSecond, so even though C9T tried to steal it away, it didn't happen. Yeah,
he's also got a tier 2, so that's pretty big. The fact that ArcSecond didn't get that and Yasui has his. They're both rather blue buff dependent champions.
Yeah, I would say Nidalee a bit less so, though. With
I was talking about...
Winglaive. The mid laner, sorry. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I would yell at my Nidalee for taking it. Be like, you have Runeglaive.
It's funny how times have changed, because I remember back in Spring Split this year, it was a big boon for Cloud9 proper for High to play like Yasuo or Zed so they could give the blues to media so we could hard farm more. And now it's just a luxury that you don't really need anymore.
It's the upside of Runeglaive. But they didn't use it, so it doesn't matter.
More infinite mana.
We're stuck in spring.
Did you know there are infinite amounts of infinity?
Really?
Yeah.
Infinite amount.
So we'll get more to that in a little bit. Shorter Ace just gets freaking destroyed in his jungle. Solo gets double buff, says thank you very much. And that's going to be a lot of power going through. But still, the kills only mean gold is equal. Winterfox are winning the farm game, mostly in the top lane, actually. Like, even with Solo getting that kill, he still has the same gold as Avalon.
Solo just gets to leave top lane all the time and just kill somebody.
Avalon doesn't let people know that it happened.
Yeah. And surprise, Avalon has ulti still, too. He's not helping Shorter Ace out.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have lived because Solo was doing a lot of damage there, but yeah, that's rough. I feel like this is communication barrier really rearing its head right now, and Solo getting the benefit of that. I was looking for the gank in the top lane. They've got Hard nearby. Red buff slow Avalon. Good luck with this one. Taunts away, but actually no gank comes through.
He left. Hard decided it's time to go to a different lane. He wasted too much time. I've waited there 2 seconds. Wasn't ready for the gank. Not going to happen.
He slowed him with the red buff.
Not going to happen.
Oh my gosh. All right, well,
jungler times are precious.
Shorter Ace does slink into the brush here. Low Pally. I don't think he has any way of making this happen. Lod can push out Sheep, and yep, all is well.
Yeah, Low Pally just fishing.
One of the safest dual lanes ever. I don't know why they're trying to gank this so hard. Oh, he's going to go right now. Pushing for Lod. The flash comes in. Low Pally gets the ulti onto Sheep, but the lantern keeps everyone safe. The stuns shouldn't matter. Wow, and Shorter gets killed under the turret. I don't know why you ganked that lane, but C9T outplayed it beautifully.
Holy moly, dude. He just got pushed under turret immediately. They looked like they were going to be able to get all the summoner spells. They did, and Lod still had heal. And he also had his ultimate to just use on Sheep. That's why when you find that opportunity and you jump on the support and you just have split focused, it's definitely not going to work out.
Yeah. And Avalon had his ulti.
Yeah.
Still. Ugh. Man. I really like him much more in Fizz. He had, like, it has to be communication. There's no other excuse for missing literally 2 straight ultis and missing 2 roams from your top laner.
Yeah. He also had TP. Is his TP down right now?
He TP'd to go back top lane to get the farm back, I think, which is fine.
Well, you could have used your ultimate down bottom and then TP'd back to top lane.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously he should have ulted. Like, That's not even in the consideration here. That should have happened straight up. So Cloud9 Tempest once again get the kill, and this time around that gold lead actually sticks here. They're up about 800 because of this. Mid lane farm is going fine. The Dragon attempt's going to be pretty easy. BF sword on Lod. Blue team gets Dragon number 1. The first one, though, pretty late in the game, 12 minutes in. But it's a nice surge of stats for the guys, and Nomicon done on Yasui. He's got to feel happy about that.
He got that early blue buff, was able to farm. He's still a little bit down below Arc second, just because the poke pattern is really oppressive. But now Arc is going to be checking in on when he can transform this. This is a guy, he got ganked very early on. He's at 280, so it's very recent that he's been able to stack that up. He's looking for about a 24, 25-minute completion on it.
Yeah. Third of the way. We'll see how it goes for the rest of this one. Hard still doing the farm as best he can, and actually that gold gap between him and Shorter Ace is actually flipped the other way around. Hard is now ahead in gold, despite the fact that he hasn't gotten any assists since that first blood. But the farm has started to equalize here, and Shorter Ace spending time ganking, failing,
spending time
dying. The invade from Solo was absolutely awesome. Stealing double buffs away was massive. Yasui getting pushed around still a little bit, and Arcsecond is safe on his sort of hunt to push mid lane in, but just not a lot really showing for it. Mid lane turret well above half HP, not really in danger. In fact, Yasui's done more damage than Arcsecond has. Shortace tries again for the bot lane. Javelin again misses. Walks through a ward doing it anyway.
Yeah, Arcsecond's going to be a big part of this game for Winterfox. He's always a big part of every game that he's in, regardless of the team.
Still tries one more time for the fight. You can see, though, Avalon just doesn't really take damage in the matchup. Sunfire Cape still burning down. Solo, he's not going to win this fight. Ignite goes in, but the shield comes in. Avalon wins the heads-up 1v1. I'm going to say worth it for Winterfox here. And when he comes back to respawn, he's got the ulti up, so he can still help his team, and Solo can't easily.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God, these skill shots just won't hit C9T. That's 3 javelins and like 2 dark bindings in a row now. Blood has to have tons of money right now. Black.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's got Bloodthirster by far.
BT.
Yeah.
2,300.
Pinoy's at Triforce, though, right now. Like, this is enough money to recall for a Trinity Force. So, power spikes here for the AD carries. Dragon is down, though, so it just means Winterfox, nothing to play for. They can shove this wave in. Probably buy afterwards. This should be wave cleared. Here we go. And time to buy your items. You can fight back in lane because you're facing Bloodthirster. Hard will try to stop recalls, though, and he should be able to.
Winterfox, Avalon, and Arcsecond are extremely strong in this game. Just the picks that they've solidified for themselves. The Shen, the Jace, is going to do a lot of work up against this team composition that C9T has. Remember, it's hard for this composition to engage, and as Shen gets tankier and Shen is just having an okay game, he's able to save his squishies from people like Fizz.
Very true.
So as this game progresses, it's the execution of Avalon and Arcsecond that could actually pull out a win here for Winterfox. 300 gold difference despite being 4-1 in kills.
Yep.
And Avalon is just going to win this matchup.
He didn't even buy Magic Resist against Fizz, and Solo, of course, is obliging by going Trinity Force, but...
Magic Resist per level, baby. Shen buffs.
Yeah, I mean, he's got plenty. Look, his actual stats right now, 69 MR, but 155 armor. I mean, certainly it's a disparity here, but Trinity Force nearly done on this Fizz. Trinity Force already done for Pinoy here, and keep in mind also, it is Warrior Enchant hard, Warrior Enchant Rek'Sai rather, so the late game also is a bit worse from the junglers here, as Shorter Ace is still power farming. The tier, a pretty strong late game power spike, Javelin poke finally does land, pushes Sheep away, and the first turn of the game goes to Winterfox plus the gold lead.
And they can see that Hard is on the top side of the map. They know he's very squishy as well. So that allowed Shorter Ace to shove the bottom lane. That's one of my favorite things to do as a Nidalee, is you just show up to the bottom lane, you show up to any lane, and you just siege. You poke, you poke, you poke. The enemy jungler has to either flank you or try to break the siege, because you're just going to keep poking. You can heal, you can do so many different things. And look at this duel's going to happen again. Solo wants a piece of this.
I mean, he gets some damage done, but even with the Shark, Avalon wins the trade straight up. You can see the damage that Q deals. Like, the thing is, Fizz doesn't have the kind of damage to break through the sustained tanking of Shen. Now, mid lane getting pushed around. Yasui forced well far back. The poke has begun. Oh, the big play to Low Pally. The hook onto Pinoy. Shen ulti finally comes in. Sheep might die because of the Ignite anyway.
Stay in.
Pushes out, and wow, invulnerable. I didn't know actually they were invulnerable during that, so survives the Ignite. I learned something today, even though I play Kalista. My supports apparently never learned that.
Yeah,
that's wise. They would keep leaving.
They throw
die
themselves
anyway.
out. They're just like, oh, wait.
It's never my fault they die. It's never my fault they
He got
die.
back in the Pokeball.
He left the Pokeball.
Afterwards. He stayed in there long enough.
No, hey, Sheep did, yeah.
Yeah.
Sheep is a good little Pokemon. Not one of those Pikachu jerks who just refuses to stay in.
How do you heal him? You never get to heal him.
I know.
You can't take him to a Poke Center. They don't treat him like normal people. They need the ball. Get in the ball, Pikachu. Sorry, just...
Yeah, refused to take the Thunderstone as well, even though he'd already learned Quick
You
Attack.
would have been way better as a Raichu. Raichu, whatever.
It's close enough, but we are in a gold lead for Winterfox. Their first win of the split. I don't think many people would have expected the game to go this well for Winterfox, but honestly, we're seeing the challenger teams, the bottom challenger teams especially, get better over time. Now Pinoy forced to 1v1 up against Vlad.
TP from Avalon. He's ready to help him, though. Pinoy needs to go back towards this
We'll
guy.
see if he can win. It's a 2 versus 3, though, and the Trinity Force damage not always that high. Forced to jump away. Easy kill for Vlad. There's the Ren, and Avalon realized way too late that he'd already lost the fight, but he's got...
But has everybody here, though?
It's coming
in.
in.
This,
Binding hits hard.
Oh.
Whoa!
What?
Solo misplays the fish, and Low Pally with the stun of the ulti trying to dodge away. The sheep hook not going to mad life it right. Low Pally gets the bind, gets killed off by Lot though.
Oh, the cute.
And out they go. All right, that is definitely a fight win for C9T.
These skill shots, just fish over there, hook over there.
Well, that's. So this is the known teleport bug, though. If you hit skill shots while channeling teleport, it'll go a random direction, essentially. Everyone knows this bug already, especially top laners. Right-click once, put a move command in, then cast your fish.
Shorter?
He's probably dead. He's dead.
Oh.
Goodbye, Yasui. 7th kill of the game, and yet again, it only ties the gold game here. Winterfox earning a lot of money, but it will be Dragon number 2 to C9T, so they're still winning the game, just not by all that much.
They have to be able to take down these structures, though. That bot lane turret is in danger of going down and giving C9T a large advantage, or a small advantage off of the turret. It's about 1,000 gold.
Thing is, I can't imagine Winterfox realizes the gold is this close.
Oh yeah, you have to be more afraid than this, but when you go and you do that gut check, when you walk up as Avalon 2 solo and you start trading with him, you realize, oh, this guy isn't that strong.
Ooh, almost got the buff, but Hard does get the steal away, so doesn't go to Yasui, but it's certainly not going to Arcsegon, who has still, I believe, not gotten a blue buff all game. This poor Chase doing what he can to farm, but just doesn't have the same tools that the other people do. Mid lane turret might die for this one. You're going to see the poke try to come back through. But Solo able to deal a little bit of damage. Trying to go for the big play, but yeah, really not going to happen. I don't know if that was the right call. I don't think they knew Sheep was around.
Avalon just wants to walk up and hit the turret, too.
They're probably going to get it off this wave. I mean, the force push may work after all.
Well,
they're a good Jedi.
Right now, Avalon should have stayed top.
And knock that turret down.
Nice one. Hit the turret, and then if they ever try to engage while you're sieging this turret, you use your ult.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Because Solo has no TP. That's one of the great advantages of Shen, is that you get to force the enemy top laner to run around the map when he doesn't have TP.
But now we have teleports on the same cooldown, and it's only a 40-second difference between Standard Edit being up and the Fizz teleport being up, so a very small window that Winterfox could use, and it's not even going to be for another minute and a half. Top lane is going to get pushed in, and he doesn't have a lot of resistance up there, though, so we might just see that turret go down regardless. Avalon has nearly already killed that turret. It's down below a quarter. And maybe Winterfox gets their second turret kill of the game, which will put them back to tied in gold.
And this is a tier composition here, double tier from Winterfox. So as the game goes on longer, they'll have those transformations. They'll have the Seraph's Embrace on the shorter. Hard.
The Javelin gets him! What a nice play there. Avalon nearly pulled him too far away, but the turret will go down, ties the game back up. 300 lead, actually, and Lod wants in. He looks for Arcsegon. He's not going to get him. And Sheep goes, hey, why did I even go that way? I don't know why you did go that way, but you're okay. He missed. How did you miss that shock blast?
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm on edge right now.
You're tilted. Freak's tilted.
I've been tilted.
He's tilted. Too many skill shots flying in random directions.
Hopefully the show can right itself and I can be untilted. 500 gold lead back again for Cloud and Tempest. Mid lane turret summoned by Yasui to keep the wave pressured. Pinoy been kind of forced to play a split, like a defensive split push and just collect farm, which is not how you want to use a mid-game spiked Corki. He's on Triforce Sword Shoes. That is pretty much the best spike you'll ever get for Corki, but unable to use it.
So when I talked to some members of Winterfox, they were telling me Avalon is 50-50. He's either going to lose you the game or he's going to win you the game. Right now, it's looking like he's winning them the game.
He's doing both the same
really
time.
hard. Okay.
He has like...
That's true. He's 50-50. Wild card. You don't know if Avalon's going to save you with his Stand United or if he's going to farm a wave.
He's got like Season 3 world status penalties where they literally were 50-50. Shots fired at Riot 2 years ago. But Winterfox doing what they can, though. Still, I mean, and the difficulty is, it is no engage against a poke team. This is so hard for C9T to actually get things done without outplays.
Yeah, and Yasui, when he pokes, you can already see the lack of damage he does to somebody like Avalon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Avalon just sits there with his W on, his feint, and he just deflects everything.
Oh, he's going to deflect Sheep into his team. Oh, good pullback. And Lod's going to keep him safe. Javelin was headed for the Dome of Thresh, but out he goes.
Top lane turret.
And triple upgraded trinkets as well from Winterfox.
You can't get those on live.
No, you can't.
Sad.
It's okay.
Played a game as top lane, and I realized that I couldn't buy it, and I was so sad.
Buy a pink ward dropper.
That's what I did, and then I realized the cooldown's too long. I should have just kept the original ward dropper.
It's the same cooldown.
But I want the actual, just the green ward, so it's not visible, so you could push top.
Buy some.
I buy pink wards, and I keep the green ward dropper.
That's not even efficient. So you actually need to buy green wards anyway. All right, well, waves cleared once again. 500 gold game, and I think it's going to stay like this. The waves are easily cleared because there's like no good forced combat. Like a poke team without a lot of hard engage, like it's just Dark Binding and like just flash plays from Avalon, means we're not going to see Winterfox get kills easily. And C9T have no engage against a long-range team, so they're not going to get kills easily.
Well, Winterfox haven't been getting many kills this game at all. Oh, kills this easy. You're wrong.
Okay, well, Shorter Ace missteps, knocked up, goes down. Yasui gets his 8th kill of the game. Looks like the difference in ward vision was actually the reason for that one, so C9T doing a great job of denying visibility.
Every time you throw out hypothetical situations, we forget about the Shorter Ace factor. 0-4 this game.
Ouch.
Caught at his buffs, caught right here, just walking towards the dragon. Pretty sure he saw the mid lane, too. Moment before that.
Yeah, and he's got like traps and stuff to check brushes. That seemed like a pretty big misstep. But of course, a great hook by Sheep, all said and done. 0-0-4 on this highest kill participation support player here from C9T. Going to take a blue buff away as well, a second in a row. Solo misses the jump over the wall. No one saw that. Benoit just playing wave clear. So, fairly defensive game. And even though these teams don't have hard engage, C9T are good at rushing down the dragon. They have a Callista, they have an Azir. These champions are very, very good at securing neutral objectives. They can kill them in about 3 seconds flat. Here we go, we're gonna count. They don't have Azir there.
3 seconds flat?
54, and we're gonna see how long it takes. Without Azir though, it's you know, the misleading statistic now. It'll be like 10 seconds.
They had the potential to kill it.
Exactly 10 seconds. They didn't even rend it. Man, they lost time. All right, so C9T able to play the objective game. Even though they can't fight the champions directly, they can make Winterfox come to them. Oh, Yasui with the 6 steal as well. That was nice. That was very nice.
55 gold swing.
Kind of? Yeah. 110, I think. Minus 55, plus 55. Gold not earned by Shen.
They wouldn't have gotten it. Yeah.
110 gold swing. Oh, the flash taunt! Oh my god! Lod goes down. That was sick!
We were just talking about how reliable he was, but the Avalon factor, he's going to win you the game sometimes. That was one of those plays. Gets them back in the game, gets them a turret, 200 gold up. Solo's off on the wings, waiting to start a fight here, but he doesn't want to get sieged on. They still have the poke. They still have the pick.
Oh, that's, well, 50-50. Avalon inside the turret's got nowhere to go. Javelin comes through for some damage, but not quite enough. Good kill. Yasui on a rampage.
So, yeah.
They're staying. This is risky.
I guess he does both in the same game. Solo pulled the minions off to the side, though. They don't have minions here at this turret. Clever girl.
Alrighty, so back to equal. 200 gold separates these teams. It's 3 dragons to 0. There's still a lead worth measuring here for C9T. They're only 10 minutes away from Dragon 5. That's definitely a concern here. But Winterfox, able to play the poke game well enough, despite all these deaths, are still clawing their way back in. Sork shoes picked up, or sorry, cooldown shoes for Shorter Ace. Very interesting there. Not what I expected at all. Throws a lot of javelins, a lot of heals.
Frequency of spears. He's not going to be getting a lot of blue buffs this game because they're going over to Shorter Ace. Or sorry, to Arc Second. So Arc Second and Shorter Ace both have their completed tier items upgraded. They're ready to go. It's just Shorter Ace is now almost 2 levels down. You can see Hard's experience bar in the bottom left corner. He's almost 14, whereas Shorter Ace is 12. Shorter Ace was down 11 to 13 for a long portion there. So just these levels that Hard is getting for himself.
Do you know the base cooldown of Javelin Toss? Is it 6 seconds?
At max rank, it's something like that.
Okay, because Shorter Ace right now is on 3.8 second cooldown. So if he's running CDR per level blues, he's going to have max CDR at 18. I don't know if that's exactly what he's doing, but he's at a 3.8 second Javelin Toss cooldown. As long as his mana bar can sustain it, then he's going to have a pretty fun time chucking javelins at everybody. No Magic Pen could make it harmful, but we'll see what ends up happening here.
Relatively safe, though. And a lot of this is just the draft from Winterfox, the way that they've been CSing this game. And, oh, man, low pally. He's got spooky ghosts.
Oh, man. So he's got some more CC to make the javelins hit, actually, make the skill shots land. I do like that, though. I had wished he would go for Talisman of Ascension, though, instead of Frostfang, as like a next item to go through to let his team move some more. But cool to see the slowing item come out of Morgana.
He's just looking for slowing items here to make sure that Shorter Ace can land his spears. Also, the Twin Shadows, Spooky Ghost, is going to be able to allow them to not have to check Brush for a little while.
Yeah, true. It's a very long cooldown, but we'll see if we can use it much. Of course, keep in mind, a couple months ago, we made the support masteries better, and there's even more item CDR now on them, so the cooldown not quite as high as you might remember from the last time you bought Spooky Ghosts.
Yep. And when they return, and they did go after...
If they don't catch a champion, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, well, we're sitting on a 1,500 gold lead right now for Cloud9 Tempest. They have managed to eke a nice lead for themselves. Turrets equal, but the kills and the dragons definitely in the way of Cloud9 Tempest. They are slowly but surely getting farther and farther ahead. Our second has not finished his boots yet, oddly enough, even though he's going towards a Bloodthirster finish. I'm surprised not to see CDR on him, but not really relying on that right now. Pretty easy clears.
So, Twin Shadows is 120-second cooldown.
Base, okay.
You get the 20% from the mastery.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a 96-second cooldown.
Yeah, minus 24, yeah.
And you restore 40 seconds per ghost. So if it doesn't hit anybody, it's a 16-second cooldown.
Cool. Practically a blue trinket then.
Yeah.
A searching blue trinket.
But it also shows you the direction, because it's always going to run towards people.
That's true. But that's pretty easy. Down and left. Whoa, really? They're towards their base?
I mean, if it starts running towards Baron or something,
yeah,
you're
I know.
like,
I'm
oh boy.
Crap. Yeah, well, 2 items done now, late for Pinoy on Corki. Because we're already at 3 items for Lod. Though the farm is similar, the 3 kills means we're sitting at a 1,000 gold lead for Lod over Pinoy. The full completed item difference definitely a big deal. Once again, a blue buff attempt. This would be, I believe, the 3rd in a row for C9T. They're going to get this one finally to Yasui. The first time they've actually managed to do that all game is blue buff steal onto their mid laner. But resources slowly but surely sucked in for Cloud9 Tempest, trying to deny Winterfox everything they possibly can.
Yeah. Arc Second, blue buffs pretty much non-existent this entire game.
He's never gotten one.
Well, they've been existent, but on other people.
Yeah, but he's never gotten one, which makes it rough. So ward control is great. Yasui, of course, able to use his soldiers over the walls. Must make it very frustrating for Winterfox to get rid of that kind of stuff. Playing as much poke as they can with the Jace, the Nidalee, and the Corki, but not a lot of sticking. Shen, unable to split push his bot lane, already got pushed all the way in. It's hitting the turret for a little bit of damage. What? Ward's going back and forth. Hook nearly lands on a Corki. That could have been an engage, but that's really the only engage tool that C9T really has.
15 seconds on that dragon.
And it looks like Winterfox really want this one.
Gotta watch out for Avalon, though. That's a big Shen.
Oh, well timed, though. So Yasui only now uses the Azir passive to summon a turret right as Dragon's spawning. Mid lane's going to be pressured. This makes it so hard to contest Dragon faithfully because you'll give up mid tier 2 if you don't clear the waves away on time.
Spooky ghosts.
Hook lands on an Avalon. The battle might just begin, but of course, without the mid laner here just yet, it's hard to start. Yasui unable to deal damage to it, but Red is still stacking. Here comes the attempted engage. Can they kill off Lot? He's towards the backside. Red team gets Dragon despite everything, but into the backline he goes. Arc Second in a really, really bad spot. Flashes away from Solo. The binding hits and Solo goes down. Winterfox maybe winning the fight, but Lod trades one back as we're going to trade top laners. Shorter Ace low on health. Lod gets his 2nd kill of the fight. This Kalista to 5-1, and it keeps going on. Our second nearly dead, almost cut off as well. Don't even know where they could go.
Oh man, there's just so many skill shots that are ready to come out here.
But this could be a turnaround. Pinoy has damage, but Loud with Hurricane is going to be really happy to hit people. Those skill shots going to miss. Arc's going to clear the way as best he can, but Laud's going to get in the range soon. The rest of the team will respawn. 15 seconds on Avalon.
If Avalon can get up before they die.
Oh, the cutoff.
Boy.
But he's at half HP. They've got to be a bit careful. He's going to go. Gets our second. Low Pally in a bad spot. Of course, Black Shield, I think, might have been used there, but against physical damage wouldn't matter. He's now one hit away from getting killed. The hook's going to hit a Black Shield. Solo comes in. That'll be a kill. Avalon not going to bother ulting in, and he's going to go save Pinoy instead, who is safe.
Oh, now they're going to run towards that Baron area here, try to set it up on C9T side. Hard using his ultimate to a tunnel in front of them. Really nice play there.
Definitely stellar play. It's going to go for the Baron attempt. They're still waiting for Yasumi to join the team. And C9T, got to be careful about this one. Shorter Ace is alive and he is in range. It is a big Callista stack, but the last one got stolen too. Hard is a bit low. Solo tanking a Baron right now. This is a big risk. Winterfox not going in yet. Will they go for Lot? Oh, it's too low, and it's going to be easily running away. In comes Avalon a bit late. Hard low on health, though. Can they get any of the kills? They're trying. Pinoy goes in for the jungler. They will pick that one up. No! Oh, man, a 2-for-1 all said and done. C9T win another fight.
Just the picks.
2 for 2. Actually, Sheep died too.
Yeah, over and over again, just these picks from C9T. You can see Winterfox and C9T just both kind of jumped up in kills over the last few minutes, and it's been a 3.5 thousand gold lead for C9T now. It used to just be neck and neck, back and forth, but the pick on Shorter Ace earlier on, the fact they were able to get this Dragon and get the position on it, good for Winterfox.
They got a good fight off the Dragon. Even if Winterfox stole it, it was C9T picking up 2 more kills and a Baron, which is a lot of money income.
Yeah, Baron is essentially worth 5 kills. It's 300 gold.
I usually say 3 because you assume assists.
Okay.
It's up for
5 solo kills.
Yes. Or 3 team fight kills before assist streaks. But either way, this team fight, it's actually fairly close to 2 for 2. You can see Hard just does so much damage to Shorter Ace, who really wasn't able to do much in the fight. Double kill for the Corki. Pinoy did get the kill credit onto Sheep, his first of the game, but it's another game where Pinoy has a really good stat line. Like, he's a very consistent player. You can see that he was actually quite good, but Winterfox, the team, just starting to get outclassed in the mid game.
Oh man, 50-50, just like Avalon. That's what this game's all about. It's the 50-50 game. But that's exciting, because I don't know who's going to win just yet. When you come in, you just look at records. Winterfox 0-5.
C9T 3-2, which is the only reason they have lost is they played Renegades in week 1 without their supposed mid laner. As Yasumi was out for the account purchasing scandal.
Scandal.
Well, punishment, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Yes. He was part of an account purchasing scandal in Nicaragua.
That's not even close to true.
Just make it even more fabricated.
Great.
Over $50 million in purchased accounts.
I wanted to say you invented a country, but I know it's not true. Like, obviously Nicaragua's a real country, but I wanted to pull a Ron Burgundy and just be like, play ignorant.
That's not a real country. Why are you making up countries? I could do it
fabricating parts of South America.
I can do it too. I'm from Shabinga Bay.
They were no good. Yeah. All right.
But go ahead.
Well, Baron buff minions and Azir sitting by his turret makes it hard to clear, and so Winterfox still playing the defensive game. Now, their wave clear is not amazing either, to be fair. The C9T siege kind of sucks, so it's still going to be, I think, a good long way until this game even ends. It would again take like a pretty big outplay for much more to get destroyed. Like, we might see tier 2s go down, but yeah, because Baron buff ends soon, and sieging is hard for C9T.
It feels like C9T are going to start playing that 5th Dragon game, and it'll be a bit longer. We're looking at a longer length game here, unless they can keep catching members out. But they have to be careful themselves.
But Hard's getting tanky enough to kind of withstand this sort of damage, and Aegis does give that health regen aura, and this late on, actually people's health regen is high enough for it to matter, so even the poke is only so sticky. Shorter Ace, unfortunately, 0-6-2, just a very, very rough game for him. He's been punished more for his aggression than for getting invaded on, really. He pushed in for the Dragon, pushed in for the Baron, pushed in for a bot lane gank, got hooked under turret, like, and then sometimes he gets invaded on. Sometimes it's good play from solo, but Really, just another rough game in a row for Shorter Ace.
So far, he has 0 kills
in
the Challenger Series.
And he's averaging about 4 deaths a game. It's just... Oh, man,
Average
again.
about to go up.
Well, he gets a Shen ult, he gets a lot of shields, and he will survive, and it may just pull Solo a bit too far up, who goes to the back line, gets killed. Low Pally, though, jumps on. A flash play from Sheep gets him another kill. His version of the game, but Avalon's got nowhere to go. Rend might be enough. He's going to try for it. Gets the kill to Yasui. On a 3-for-1 in favor of Cloud9 Tempest, right in time for Dragon.
When you have a poke comp and you keep getting caught like this, you're just going to keep giving up kills. Once again, Arc second, alive, but no.
Not going to find Pinoy.
Nope. Oh, is he?
No.
Oh.
Found him, just didn't hit the hook on him.
Almost.
And C9T, they choose to push down the inhibitor instead of going for a Dragon off of this timing window they have. They have this minion wave, this specific minion wave, try to knock the inhibitor down. This is the only chance they get. They've got to turn for Dragon if this doesn't work. Wave clear a little bit. The melees are mostly gone.
Yeah, Arc second has no mana either. Can't really continue to poke. They're going to be able to get this inhibitor off of this with just the damage that Lot has.
before.
There's no mana though. You take this fight.
Yeah. It's like a clean getaway. So middle inhibitor is down, and they can go towards Dragon. There's theoretically a risk if Avalon tries to jump you. He's got teleport still up, but it looks like it should be safe. Solo walking up the mid lane. Pink ward control is in. Dragon number 4 for Cloud9 Tempest.
Would have been at their 5th Dragon if that Rend had actually been
used.
Correct. Last time. Now Winterfox just get control of the Baron area side of the jungle. Still no mana on Arc second. Short Ice, he doesn't die right off the bat here. Gets himself a kill. But the flash jump, huge series of shields there.
1,500 points worth of temporary health.
Oh man, then just blown up there afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, just the damage. It hurts.
Blue buff steal attempt, but Heart's here. Oh no, it goes over to Pinoy. Nice, an early smite by Short Ice into a Trinity Force auto attack. Gives a blue buff over to Winterfox, the first they've had in probably 20 minutes or so.
It's still 7,000 gold lead, and that's been manifesting itself.
Yeah.
Just stats over on C9T's side. You can see armor coming through for dealing with Arc second. Magic resist coming through for both Avalon and Pinoy, as well as some of Shorter Aces. And Short Ace now, just now, finally completing Luden's Echo 39.5 minutes into this game.
Ouch. Yeah, I mean, his income is super low right now. Only 10,000 gold on this Nidalee. He's 3,000 behind the enemy jungler. He's out-earning both supports, but that's it. The 3rd poorest member in the game, the farm-heavy jungle Nidalee. And the thing is, he was part of his team's early gold lead. He was super out-farming hard. He had such a good early game, but as we're seeing, the more experienced challenger teams, the ones with more roster stability, just tend to have better and better mid-games. They keep winning the same parts of the game. And Winterfox looking at a 0-6 start to the split.
Yep, sometimes you mess up the early game slightly. But then if you just have mid-game coordination, you have that experience with your team and that trust, you're able to pull through. And they're going for something here. Avalon a little far forward.
Hook, flay, taunt hits up hard, though. A good amount of damage done, but Mikhail's in a Landra keeps him safe for now.
Oh.
That is a big cooldown out.
Oh man, Yasui's at that point where he can just chunk out Pinoy. And this isn't somebody who really has to worry about your front line either. As soon as your front line is retreating like Avalon was, Yasui can just walk up and queue through everything to your AD carry.
Avalon is the only tank, keep in mind. It's a bunch of squishies otherwise. It's ranged champions trying to land poke skills. If their mid-game went any better, it would have been fine for Winterfox, but now the gold lead is so big that it's actually fairly trivial for Azir to just push through the Shen and kill squishies in the back line. It's not C9T really engaging, it's C9T finding picks, and they've had it over and over and over again in this game. Once again, looking to maybe control this Baron. It's alive, but they're not willing to go for it. Avalon correctly identified as the man to hold the mid lane dead inhibitor. And Winterfox do get a ward back over the Baron pit. C9T playing it a little bit slow.
In
Gonna
and
let
out,
Solo
back
push
and
the bot
forth.
lane.
He's got the triangle of war of Rek'Sai tunnels there.
Solo's going for either a Wit's End or a Ruin Kick last that, and he's got a Hurricane or a recurve bow. Easy Ren, good job of the Baron. C9T with great vision control. They played it really patiently, made sure Winterfox weren't getting free poke down. The threat of hooks from Fog definitely very strong.
Hard just had to go for a ride one more time between the triangle.
Yeah, why not?
He set it up, work of art. Why not use it? Great. It's down to wave clear duties. And in the bottom lane, Avalon versus Solo again, head to head. But last time we really saw this matchup was a long time ago and Avalon was winning it.
Yeah. But right now, Solo's up 2,000 gold over Avalon and has a fair bit of damage items now. Max CDR in this Fizz most likely.
Going for that mid lane as well, shoving it out.
Sheep takes poke. He's done a half from a single shock blast.
Out of mana though, for a lot of members of Winterfox.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit deceptive because of the tier, but overall, yeah. Running low, poke's not going to do much. Acceleration gate was down, easily enough done, and Solo just using the Baron buff to push down the bot lane is going to get that really quickly. Look at the damage it's going through.
Recurve bow.
7 turrets down. C9T continue to control the mid game perfectly. Winterfox haven't done anything good in a very long time. The push they had when they spiked up with the Trinity Force was really good. They grouped up mid. They knocked that turret really, really low. They had some really nice plays. But ever since about 15 minutes into the game, Winterfox have nothing but struggled.
Yeah, really should have exploited Avalon's lead. And the fact that he could have used his ultimate a couple more times to actually defend, keep people alive. That Ghost has no idea what it's doing with its life. It has made some bad choices. Spatting out. But
C9T's made enough good choices, certainly. Wave cleared away. Easily grabbed by Lud. Gromp steal as well. Low Pally doing what he can to keep up defensive wards, but if you look at the ward line of Winterfox, it's like maybe 4 total in their own jungle. That's all the vision these guys have.
Solo continuing to split push. Middle inhibitor back up, and that's where he's heading. He's past that middle inhib. Wants to catch the wave for it. Draw as many people as you can away from the center, away from Dragon. He's going to continue to push as much as possible. He has his TP available. 5th Dragon on the table for Cloud9 Tempest. They have the setup for it. Winterfox have to face check a lot of this. You talked about their lack of wards. They don't have any vision covering the Dragon at all. Winterfox will have to face check or give up 5th Dragon, and that's pretty much their doom.
You can't face check into this team, man. You got to let them go Dragon 5 and hope that it's not up to win the game. Baron buff will time out in the next 10 seconds, so they can't really overlap Dragon and Baron buffs, not till next time, which is another 6 minutes away. That seems a little bit unlikely. Solo playing pretty aggressively up in here, but there's the Dragon pickup. C9T able to run away with this one pretty cleanly, and now, where goes the siege? Mid lane has no turret. Bot lane already has C9T members. As Baron times out right about now, we'll see how good their push is.
They're not even going to back. They're just
real good.
Destroy that turret.
Well, they had the window. You saw Winterfox chasing around the slippery Fizz right as C9T was able to run around the map and get the bot lane, and now the mid lane dropped down. Double inhibitors killed 45 minutes. It's certainly taken them a while. It's been hard for C9T to engage fights, but they've controlled the map. They've got Dragon 5. They're ready to push top lane.
It's been a long game, though. 45 minutes so far. Yesterday it was taken to a 52-minute game between these two teams. And Cloud9 Tempest just seemed to struggle against the 0-5 Winterfox. Trying to make them 0-6, but it has just not been a pretty game from C9T, or pretty series against them.
Yeah, well, this is what happens when your comp can't do anything that's going to be comp.
Yeah.
You have to rely on the stuns you do have, which ends up being hard finding people in Sheep getting hooks, and playing only for objectives. If you're a better team fighting composition, then set up an objective and it works out. Dragon 5 tending to push the top lane, getting some meaningful damage down, but Winterfox doing what they can to wave clear. They still have Fizz in the split push. Avalon goes in, gets hooked though, a lot of damage on him, forced to flash away. The soldiers come in, and Ignite is on. Avalon nearly goes down. Solo gets the kill. Gonna drop low Pally as well. Sheep flashes, won't land the hook, but it's gonna be enough to knock this game down. 5v3, the push on in, 3 inhibitors dead. Here come the minions. This should be C9T getting the win in a 46-minute slugfest. Over an hour and a half, the entire best of 3, or the best of 2, I should say, but 2-0, C9T knocked down every single structure. They got every single possible neutral as well. It's going to be 4-2 now in the season for Cloud9 Tempest.
5th Dragon for themselves, taking them a lot to actually knock them down, but C9 do come home with the victory.
Yeah.
Winterfox looking better and better every week. It's not the same old story every week. They're getting better. They're showing more progress. It's just they have windows that they aren't pressing. When you have Avalon with this large advantage, and when you have Short Ace running around the jungle and it doesn't look like he knows what he wants to do, you can set him up. You can make it so he can check these areas with a Shen ultimate. Make sure you have his back. Things like that need to start coming together for them, and then you'll see that extra boost because they definitely had windows of opportunity to actually get a huge lead in this game and possibly win it.
Yeah, they definitely had the abilities to, but it just didn't happen. Winterfox 0-6, and there's conflicting stories here for me because we're seeing them clearly be outclassed by C9T. Both games, clear chances to win, could have done it, couldn't quite do it. That said, their 0-6 is against the literal top 3 teams in Challenger. Coast undefeated, Renegades undefeated, Cloud9 Tempest 4-2. They have 2 easier opponents up next. And maybe against Vortex and Imagine it starts to look better for Winterfox, but right now, definitely a lot of issues to fix. We'll see if they can do that. Cloud9 Tempest, though, 4 wins in a row now, and joining us to talk about that impressive win is that Cloud9 Tempest top laner, Solo. Solo, man, welcome to the show. Congrats on the win.
Hi there, thank you.
So, talk to me about what happened in this match. You guys were up against a poke comp with, like, no engage at all. How was it hard to navigate this one?
Well, we knew coming in that we need to do a lot of split pushing and start stacking up dragons so that we'd have like any chance. We did a really good job of making a lot of picks around objectives, which I think led to like the early game success. But overall, I was pretty confident. I thought our draft was pretty good. So,
well, you mentioned that split push was going to be really important. You lost lane to Avalon, man.
Whoa.
You did. You like
the early game map pressure though. All the kills.
Well,
in the
yeah,
rounds.
okay. You crushed the team. You lost lane though. So tell me, like, was this okay for you? Were you expecting to get out of lane and go make plays like that?
I knew I would do a lot of roaming because most Shen lanes are like pretty farm heavy. I wasn't expecting to have that much problem once I hit like closer to the Triforce spike. I was actually really surprised at how much damage like Shen with Sunfire was doing to me and how tanky he was. So that's why we knew as a team, like, I need to start grouping more and we need to just like make plays around vision, and we were able to do that.
So when you started having that damage check against him, you were just freaking out at how much damage he's actually doing back to you?
I was like, how's the Shen doing this so broken? Sunfire does so much damage.
Everyone forgot about the item. Cinderhulk's been around for so long, we forgot original OG Sunfire.
Oh, man. But so when you look at, like, I want to ask you about champion pool and things like that, because Fizz is a champion that we see not a lot of people have success with. We see it sometimes in LCK and LPL, and it just take off there, but we don't see it in Challenger here too often actually have success. Is that because people aren't roaming with it? What is the proper way to play that Fizz in the top lane?
I think the problem people are having is when you team fight with Fizz, you actually really need to like set up flanks because it's really difficult to get deep into the backline, especially when you don't have flash. So being able to, you saw in a lot of fights I was able to like zone off Jace or catch Jace off on the side, and that causes a lot of pressure in team fights. Whereas if you're just going in with the front line, you're going to get peeled off as soon as you use your Playful Trickster, and that's where I think a lot of people will come in with the problems.
So when I had a conversation with you, you mentioned that you look up to Marin and you try to emulate his style. Why is he the guy that you look up to, and what is the best thing you see in him that you want to grab for yourself?
Probably the best thing, he has a lot of lane dominance, which I know you guys apparently I didn't show a lot this game, but I did the other thing I like that he does, which is he likes to push up and make a lot of early roaming plays. As you saw, I was able to push up a lot early and go mid and go into the jungle and get a lot of kills that way. And I like that style from Marin, and I think he brings a lot to that.
And of course, you did a good job of actually having all those awesome plays around the map. So good job on the invade and the picks and all that. Next question for you is: you guys play Imagine next week, and the new lineup looks pretty decent. They gave Renegades a decent run for their money. How do you guys gonna do against them next week?
I think they're looking pretty formidable with some of their changes. We'll see if they last the week. But
Fair.
as far as they are now, I think they're going to be a pretty tough opponent. We'll definitely have to prepare a lot for them.
Final question. Why is your room so yellow?
Well, this isn't really a room. It was more of like a, I guess, a den or something. So this is just where the computer is. The room is another place. But, you know, you have to have the bright colors when you live in California. It's very summery.
All right, so the yellow den. Thank you very much for joining us. Good luck for the rest of the season, man.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. All right, we've got to take one more break tonight, but when we come back, we return, and we're going to host our final match as Team Coast will look to clinch a playoff spot if they can win against Vortex. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Lane dominance about showing no weakness.
And a yellow den. Yellow Den.
Just fight him no matter what.
Yeah, okay, great. The hook onto Pinoy. Shenalty finally comes in. Sheep might die because of the Ignite anyway.
Stay in.
But into the back line he goes. Arctic in a really, really bad spot. Flashes away from Solo. The binding hits and Solo goes down. Then he will survive, and it may just pull Solo a bit too far up, who goes to the back line, gets killed. Low Pally, though, jumps on. A flash play from Sheep gets him another kill.